News from around the globe. Hot, fresh, balanced and objective. On Unity.
Hello and welcome to Unity Global News. Thank you for joining us on Unity Global News. Today is Thursday, the 23rd of March 2023, and it's equivalent to 4th of Ramadan 1444 after Hijrah. The headlines: Buhari wishes Muslim faithful happy Ramadan. APC suspends SGF boss Mustafa indefinitely. CBN to flood banks with old naira notes as NLC declares nationwide strike. On the foreign scene, European countries who are party to the International Criminal Court should arrest Putin if he visits, Blinken says. And in sports, leading Manchester United bidders ask for deadline extension. And those were the headlines, and for details and more of the stories, I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. President Muhammadu Buhari has sent best wishes to Muslims as they commence Ramadan fasting, urging that they use the season to project the best and finest virtues of Islam by personal conduct and not precept. In a goodwill message to mark the beginning of the holy month of Ramadan, issued by his spokesman Malam Garba Shehu on Wednesday in Abuja, Buhari urged Muslims to use this opportunity to put the best teachings of Islam into practice, such as kindness and the love of humanity. According to Buhari, Ramadan is characterized by abstention from food and drinks from dawn to dusk, which brings both the rich and poor to share the experience of hunger together, thereby strengthening the bonds between haves and have-nots. The president frowned at the way and manner some traders artificially increase the prices of their goods during the month of Ramadan. The president challenged wealthy individuals and organizations to always share food and drinks with the less fortunate members in the society. The All Progressives Congress in Adamawa State have suspended the secretary to the government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, for losing his polling unit to the People's Democratic Party at the presidential and governorship polls. The party disclosed that the SGF did not contribute to the victory of its presidential and governorship candidates, announcing the suspension at a press conference in Yola. Chairman of Gwadabawa Ward said Mustafa was not committed to APC's victory at the presidential election. He stated that the indefinite suspension followed complaints from his ward, adding that no individual could be above the party that gave him the platform. But in a sudden twist to the announcement of the indefinite suspension slammed on the SGF, the State Working Committee of the party under the leadership of the acting chairman, Chief Samaila Tawadus, declared the announcement as unconstitutional, null and void, and of no effect. The Adamawa State APC SWC also announced the directive on the Local Government Executive Committee of Yola North to constitute a disciplinary committee to immediately investigate and recommend appropriate action. The Central Bank of Nigeria has finally concluded plans to release all 1,500 and 200 naira notes in its custody to deposit money banks. The decision is expected to end months of hardship and pains Nigerians have been going through following a controversial CBN Naira redesign policy that has caused a severe shortage of old and new Naira notes across the country. On Wednesday night, top officials of the CBN and commercial banks confirmed to newsmen that the CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele had directed the deposit money banks to begin the disbursement of old 1,500 and 200 naira notes to members of the public effect Thursday. It was learned that Emefiele met with the chief executive officers of deposit money banks on Wednesday evening, where he told them that the central bank will start releasing all old notes in its custody to commercial banks effective Thursday, which is today. Sources at the meeting said the CBN will also be cancelling all the controversial cash withdrawal limits it put in place in recent months. Furthermore, the CBN stated at the meeting that bank customers will no longer be required to generate any code before depositing their old Naira notes. President of the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC Joe Ajero has directed public sectors workers in the country to embark on strike beginning from Wednesday next week. He also directed that affiliate unions constituting the Nigerian Labour Congress should also be on standby for picketing exercises across all branches of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, nationwide. The directive followed an earlier ultimatum issued by the Central Working Committee members of the NLC last week, criticizing the cash swap policy of the federal government. HAJARKU said the decision to picket CBN branches became necessary, as the federal government and the CBN have not shown any commitment to address the situation. He lamented that despite the Supreme Court order allowing the old 500 and 1,000 naira notes to circulate with the new notes till December 31, this year, the situation appears to be getting worse as workers cannot access cash to pay fares to work, nor can they buy food for their families. The All Progressives Congress APC Presidential Campaign Council has debunked speculations the President-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been rushed abroad for medical treatment. The media have been awash with news of the former Lagos governor's alleged illness and how he was flown to London, United Kingdom, late on Tuesday night. This is not the first time the President-elect will be rumored to have been rushed abroad for treatment. Reacting to the news of Tinubu's illness, on Wednesday, the APC-PCC Director of Media and Publicity, Bayo Onanuga, denied the allegation, saying his principal only went to rest abroad. Onanuga also noted that he will also use the opportunity of vacation to go for Umrah Lesser Hajj after observing the annual Muslim fast. The chief spokesman for the APC-PCC, Festus Keyamo, also shared Onanuga's position on the issue. Keyamo noted that the people spreading the rumor were those who are still nursing their wounds after losing out in the election. Asked which country Tinubu visited for his vacation, Keyamo claimed that he cannot immediately confirm as of the time of filing this report. The Plateau State Association in the United States of America, USA, have enjoined the Plateau State Governor-elect, Barrister Khaled Mutfwang, to run an effective and inclusive government that will reflect the will of the people. In a congratulatory message to the Governor-elect and his deputy signed by its president, Dr. Bartholomew Shepkong, the association also commended Dr. Nentawe Yilwada of the APC and Dr. Patrick Dakum of Labour Party for running exemplary campaigns, saying it is a time they should come together in order to build a better, united and more inclusive Plateau, as the future belongs to all. They wish the governor-elect God's guidance, strength, direction and the wisdom to deliver his mandate in the people of Plateau. The federal government has stated that it recorded close to 4 million cyber attacks in the period leading to and during the governorship elections. According to the government, a total of 3.83 million attacks were recorded, originating from both within and outside the country. The Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, disclosed this in a statement signed by his Senior Technical Assistant, Research and Development, Dr. Femi Adeluyi. The minister explained that the attacks, which were recorded from Friday 17th of March 2023 to Monday 20th of March 2023, included distributed denial of service, email and internet protocol, spoofing attacks, SSH login attempts, brute force injection attempts, path traversal, detection evasion and forceful browsing. After the presidential elections, Pantami disclosed that the 2023 presidential and National Assembly elections recorded 12.99 million cyber attacks between 24th of February and 28th of February, with the presidential election day, 25th of February, attracting 6.99 million attacks. An Ogun State House of Assembly member-elect representing Sagamu Constituency 1, Damilare Bello, have been arrested by operatives of the Department of Security Service. Bello, a People's Democratic Party candidate, is alleged of masterminding the Sagamu mayhem that left several banks vandalized during the Naira scarcity protests. It was gathered that the suspect had turned down several invitations by the DSS. Bello, popularly known as Dre, was said to have been on the run since the incident till his election on Saturday. A source at the DSS disclosed to newsmen on Wednesday that Bello's arrest was carried out following the protest which took place on 20th of February 2023 in Sagamu town, in Sagamu local government area of the state. During the protest, some irate youths vandalized about 10 commercial banks and other public infrastructures. And on the foreign scene, at least 8 people were killed in a Russian drone strike in the Kiev region, Ukraine State Emergency Service said in a statement on Wednesday. Early in the day, the State Emergency Service told CNN a Russian drone strike hit a residential building in the town of Rishkiv, which is about 50 miles southeast of the capital of Kiev. Andrei Nebchov, the Kiev region police chief, previously said that a drone had struck a dormitory building. Police and emergency services evacuated more than 200 people after the strike, Nebchov said. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said Wednesday that any European country that is party to the International Criminal Court (ICC) should arrest Russian President Vladimir Putin if he visits. Last week, the ICC issued an arrest warrant against Putin for his role in a vast Kremlin-wide effort to forcibly deport Ukrainian children into Russia. And in sports, neither of the two leading bids for Manchester United, fronted by the Qatari banker Sheikh Jassim bin Hamid Al Thani and Sir Jim Ratcliffe, submitted their improved offers for the club by Wednesday's deadline. The Independent understands both parties, had until 9 p.m. to submit their offers, but have instead asked for an extension. It is understood both groups will submit their second improved bids on Thursday, with the offers for the club expected to be more than £5 billion. An extension to the process have been granted, however, and both Ratcliffe and Sheikh Jassim both intend to meet the new deadline. Both parties, which are the only groups to publicly declare their interest, visited Manchester United for meetings last week. Bids will be handled by the Rain Group, but it is understood the Glazer family are split over whether they want to sell the club or retain minority ownership. The Glazers want a record of £6 billion for the club, a fee the Independent understands the Qatar Group are prepared to match. INEOS have the funds to compete with the Qatar bid, but it has been reported Ratcliffe has held concerns over the price rising too high. And with the sport news, that's where we come to the end of our bulletin for today. You can follow us on our social media handles at Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at Unity Radio FM TV, respectively. You can also watch us live on our YouTube channel at Unity FM TV. I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of our program. Do have yourself a lovely day.
Unity.